First night, first of 3 nights of the World Sevens. Papua New Guinea defeated Canada 20-6. The Gold Coast really thumped Japan by 40 points to 0. So some big scoring a little earlier on, and this is the halftime pictures coming through from Suncorp Stadium in Brisbane, and also some results there. Japan over Canada 14-8. Now the results, the important ones from New Zealand's point of view. New Zealand 22-14 over North Queensland, and the Auckland Warriors beating Canberra by 22 points to 4. And it is 14 points to 0 at half-time. Can the Broncos bounce back? They're up against it on their home turf in Brisbane. Western Suburbs really turning on a great performance.
Welcome back. Suncorp Stadium hosting the first night of the Coca-Cola World 7. 14-0. Western Suburbs over the Broncos. Tremendous first 7 minutes for Western Suburbs. The Broncos with all the work to do. Sailor.
The Broncos really need to get the likes of Wendell Sailor involved much more in this next 7 minutes than we saw in the first half. Willie Kahn, Wendell Sailor, great speed, great runners in open, broken play. They need to touch the football more.
Sailor combining with Johns, and now with Plath. Plath trying to hold off the tackle of Alchin, but Leeds. Andrews' defence in this game has been quite outstanding.
Hasn't he had a game?
That is Walker flicking it. Turned inside for Sailor. Some open pasture for Wendell. Look at him go across the grass. Sailor scores for the Broncos.
He's a fine athlete, is Wendell Sailor. And one of the great crowd favourites north of the border. Here, a good ball back inside. You just see a little bit lazy Western Suburbs coming back on the inside in cover defence. The big step, you can't blame a Western Suburbs player for missing that tackle. One-on-one, he should beat you 99 out of 100 times. Georgalis did a good job to keep him out wide.
Attempt a conversion.
Oh, what a tip, though. Uprights.
And awarded to the Broncos. 14-6 now.
Should get double points for that, Nibs.
$10.30 on Footy Tab, Brisbane. Manly the favourites at $4.70, 156,000 in the pool. That's a combined New South Wales-Queensland pool. Leeds turns it in. McGuinness goes back. Leeds is with it once more. Spirals the pass to the centre. A little bit sloppy, but something might still come from it as Joshua White is put away. 42 metres out from the Broncos line.
No surprise to see Chris Johns down low, effecting a great tackle on Josh White. Western Suburbs really be looking to score in this set of 6. They lead by 8. They had a bigger lead at half-time. Broncos, I think Wayne Bennett said plenty to say to them. The half-time break. This is the last.
30 out. The last. White might have passed a touch early, but the knock-on was offered by McGuinness.
Let's have a look at how much petrol's left in the Magpie tank here. Came up with some great scrambling in that first 7-minute period. Some replacements now made by Tommy Raudonikis. This is a key set of 6 in this game.
Broncos trailing by 8 points. Driscoll is on for the Broncos. Plath has come off. This is Smith. Darren gets a pass away. Madison is with it. The angle's across, looking for the pace out wide. That is Walker. That's off the boot. That's play on for Driscoll. They should still score. Madison says pass inside. Now he's bombed it completely. Madison was outside, went inside. He was pointing at Willie Kahn.
Yeah, didn't work for John Driscoll, but what about the tremendous cover from Ken McGuinness? Have a look at the reach that the man's got coming across in cover defence. He really placed his body well between the support players and the man with the football. I think Driscoll knew if the pass was thrown, it would have been knocked down. In the end, he's knocked on.
The Magpies, 3 minutes and 19 remaining. Down the line, Josh White.
Is O'Neill coming?
Here's Julian O'Neill. He's got him easy. Not only got him, he's banged him into touch. Oh, great chase by O'Neill.
Yeah, he didn't miss him. Billy O'Neill on the fly. Josh White, he's no slouch himself in the speed department. The most disappointing thing from the Magpies' point of view was that he went over the sideline first tackle. If he knew O'Neill was going to come up and affect the tackle, he had to go infield to some extent.
Well, this should be it. Well, he's given the penalty to the Broncos. Willie Kahn looking to get around and give Sailor some free running down that line. Good defence again. That time from Williams. Sailor one-on-one out there with McGuinness. The Broncos, they're desperate with 2:23 to go. It's with Kahn and the Magpies lift.
But numbers to the left, Brisbane. It should have gone there that time. Willie Kahn opting to go back inside. John Driscoll up the blind side. A good dart.
2 minutes and 5 on the clock now. The Broncos in front of their home crowd, down 14-6. Sailor's pass. Was it deflected by McGuinness? It was. It'll be a scrum that the Broncos will feed. And Tommy goes for another one.
Well, let's have a look at the timepiece here. 1:50 on the clock. We'll go through plenty of bungers before the season's out. A few fingernails as well, I'd imagine. Brisbane, they've got to score here and then force a mistake from the Magpies. Chris Johns puts Kahn outside his men. He'll score.
Shut the gate. Shut the gate. Willie goes in to score. Didn't get out of first gear. 14-10 conversion from right in front. Terry Madison. 1:15 on the clock. Madison gets it. 14-12 now, the Magpies. The Gold Star Magpies.
The referee is going to have a close look at this next set of 6 from Western Suburbs. They are going to try everything to waste time. And that will mean very slow play of the balls. Brisbane, on the other hand, they want them to get through this set of 6 without scoring and quickly to give them the final shot.
Elgin to play at 40 metres out. 44 on the clock. That's Darren Willis. 32 metres out, 37 on the clock. Pearson.
The Western Suburbs, you would think, would try and use up their plays here and then get a kick into the in-goal area. This is the last. Somehow they've got to get it in with a good chase.
20 seconds on the clock. Elgin goes for the kick. It came off the Bronco off the feet. They get the ball, the Broncos. They have knocked on. I thought for a moment it was off the feet. Tommy, you've won it. 3 seconds to go. And 14-12. The Magpies have beaten the Broncos. Great game of sevens. Tremendous game of sevens. Darren Smith, who will probably prove to be one of the purchases of the year. Deep down, I hope Tommy Raudonikis proves the same for the Maggies. 14-12 then in favour of West's over Brisbane Broncos at the Suncorp Stadium.
The Brisbane side will look back on that first half and know that that's where they lost it. And on the sideline, Steve Roach would be with a very happy Tom Raudonikis.
Yeah, Tommy, a lot more committed Magpies there in the second game playing against the Broncos.
Yeah, that's right. The first game, you know, they weren't probably that committed, I suppose. And but the thing is, you know, sevens is sevens, but they're committed. And I just think the people there see what the Magpies are going to be on about this year. We're going to shake a few up, Blocker.
Well, the story was no mistakes in the first half. I think that's what won you the game.
Oh, well, that's right. You know, but sevens is sevens, and my boys had a good time, and we just hope we get it on averages. But who cares? It's a good concept, and my boys had a lot of fun.
You're excited, mate. Come on.
Oh, mate, I'm excited.
Good luck.
Of course I am.
Thanks, Tom.
Steve Roach there with Tommy Raudonikis, the very likeable, and always has been. Well, there'll be more of the Coca-Cola World Sevens very shortly on the 9 Network.